Welcome to this explainer. So, have you ever just taken a bite of a piece of fruit, maybe an apple you pulled straight from a branch or a berry from a local bush, and thought, wow, why on earth does this taste so much better than the stuff I buy at the grocery store? It's a pretty universal human experience, right? But the reason behind it? Well, that is a fascinating web of modern agricultural logistics, the science of ripening, and the incredibly powerful psychology of human taste. Today, we're going to unpack exactly why the food we grow, pick, and share with our loved ones carries a flavor that absolutely no global supply chain could ever replicate. Okay, let's dive into this by starting with a brilliant, really straightforward question asked by a 7-year-old girl named Anu. She's looking at the blackberries and mangoes from her family's very own orchard, and she poses this central mystery to her mother. She asks, "Mama, why do the blackberries and mangoes from our orchard taste better?" It's such an innocent question, But to actually answer it, we really have to look closely at the unseen realities of our food. Section 1. Orchard fruits versus market fruits. Now, Mama's first guess makes total sense. Orchard fruits must taste better simply because they naturally ripened right there on the tree. But Anu is sharp. She immediately points out that the fruits they buy from the market are ripe and soft too. I mean, she's not wrong. If both fruits are fully ripe when you eat them, time on the branch just can't be the whole story. So Papa steps in to explain the hidden, incredible journey of our everyday groceries. Section 2. The journey of modern food. To solve this mystery, Papa zooms out from their little hyperlocal orchard to the massive, literal, global scale of modern agriculture. Market fruits travel absolutely incredible distances, and what's really interesting about this is how that requires some brilliant logistical engineering. It basically happens in 3 steps. Step 1, fruits are plucked early. They're at full size, sure, but they're still hard as a rock. Step 2, this hardness is a vital logistical necessity because it allows them to be transported across entire continents without getting completely squashed into juice in the back of a truck. And finally, step 3, they naturally ripen while in transit. So Anu hit the nail on the head. Market fruit is naturally ripened. It was just plucked way, way earlier. Section 3, the cost of food availability. Hearing all this, Anu naturally asks, wait, is that good or bad? And Papa explains that it's not really a story about heroes and villains. It's just a massive biological trade-off. On side A, we get this incredible modern marvel, where food becomes widely available basically everywhere in the world. But on side B, because these fruits are plucked early to survive that long trip, the seeds inside them just aren't mature enough to sprout new plants. Anu, being 7, immediately feels a sense of injustice for the little seeds, stating, well, that's not the right thing to do. But Papa gently points out a reality check. With just a little bit of a smile, he reminds Anu that she absolutely loves sweet, ripe jackfruit. And guess what? Jackfruit doesn't grow anywhere near their area. It has to be transported from faraway states using this exact same logistical method. He also points out that Mama drinks tender coconut water every single morning. Those are coconuts that do not grow locally and are, by definition, plucked way before they are fully ripened. So while we might feel a little bad for the seeds, we all happily benefit from this exact imperfect supply chain every single day when it comes to getting our favorite snacks. And that brings the narrative right back down to the micro level. Anu totally accepts the reality of the global supply chain, but the core mystery is still completely unsolved. Think about it. If the market fruit ripens naturally on its journey, and the orchard fruit ripens naturally on the tree, she asks again, so why are the ones from our orchard trees sweeter? Well, here is where Papa reveals the surprising truth. He tells Anu, well, they really aren't. When I first realized this, it honestly kind of blew my mind. From a purely chemical, strictly biological standpoint, the actual sugar content of the fully ripe market fruit and the fully ripe orchard fruit, they might be virtually identical. The truth is, the orchard fruits only seem sweeter to Anu because she physically plucked them herself. The very physical, personal act of harvesting that fruit entirely changes her perception of its flavor. Section 4. Do emotions add to taste? This pushes our explainer into some seriously fascinating territory. We're moving away from agricultural logistics and directly into the psychology of the human experience. So, do emotions add to taste? I want you to just sit with that for a second. Think about your own life. Think about how your feelings, your specific environment, and your personal investment in a meal might actually alter the physical inputs your brain receives from your taste buds. It's an absolutely incredible concept. Papa answers Mama's curiosity with a very emphatic, yes, of course. And he shares this really vulnerable, super relatable experience to prove the point. He talks about his time traveling for work, saying, I have food in the various hotels when on tour, but all of them leave me feeling very incomplete. It seems as if something is missing even after having a hearty meal. Listen, Papa is eating chef-prepared, calorically dense, technically delicious food in these nice hotels, but it feels entirely empty. It's transactional. It's completely disconnected. He realizes that complete satisfaction just doesn't come from a recipe. The true ingredients of sweetness, the actual things that make a hearty meal feel whole, are deeply psychological and emotional. It's the intense pride of plucking the fruit yourself with your own hands, just like Anu does. It's the deep, grounding comfort of eating a meal cooked with care by your loved ones, like Mama's cooking. And for sure, it's the shared human experience of eating together as a family. These are the elements that literally physically elevate our perception of flavor. Logistics can bring a mango across an entire continent just so you can eat it on a random Tuesday. And science can explain exactly how it ripens in the back of a truck. But at the end of the day, only human connection can make it taste like home. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with one final question to think about the next time you sit down to eat. What is your flavor of home? Think about the meals that leave you feeling truly complete and the people who make them taste so incredibly sweet. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and keep exploring.